So this is how Apple CarPlay looks like on iOS 26. It looks really nice and refreshing with this new liquid glass style icons, but most importantly, you now get a dedicated page for widgets, and you can simply change your view by just swiping up and down on each of this side to change between the calendar or to your smart home devices, or even just tap on this to-do stuff, which is really cool and functional. However, to make this screen even more functional on your BMW, I have this box here today to show you what it can do. So this is the YolanAuto Wireless CarPlay Android Box, which essentially turns your iDrive screen into a full-fledged Android operating system without any form of modifications that might destroy your BMW's warranty. It supports up to iDrive 8.5, but since I'm driving a BMW X3 G01 with iDrive 6, let me show you how well it works on my iDrive system. Now let's do a quick hardware tour of the YolanAuto Wireless CarPlay Android Box. Now I really love the design of this Android box because it looks very futuristic, and it has an RGB lighting right in front here that you can definitely see it. But most importantly, it doesn't have any glossy piano black surfaces that could scratch the box in the long term. Because if you compare it with the BMW CarPlay box, which I've been using this for a very long time, you can see that I already have smudges and scratches right on top here, which doesn't look really nice in the long term. Now in terms of size, it is slightly bigger, if not around the same size. The MMB CarPlay box seems to be slightly bigger, but it is actually slimmer than the YolanAuto Wireless CarPlay box. But look at the amount of cooling vents that this thing has. So underneath here, you get the cooling vents right here, and of course on the back as well. If you compare this to the MMB CarPlay box, this is how they compare to, which to be honest is not much of a difference, but you can see that YolanAuto has definitely done a nicer job right here. Now what I also really love here is that you do not need to deal with any flaps and all that, which you can break in the long term. So this, it gives you direct access to your SD card and SIM card slot, which I really like it. And you get a USB-C port on the back here for power, which you can use your BMW's USB port to power it up, but I recommend that you use a car charger for more reliable power, because this will definitely affect how this box performs, and I have tested that. If you use the car charger, it will perform a lot more reliably. Alright, so I've connected the YolanAuto Wireless CarPlay box to a power source, and you'll realize that there's a dim red LED here, which shows that it is disconnected from your iDrive system. So we are now ready to set it up on our iDrive system here. So this is an iDrive 6 base system, and it will support up to iDrive 8.5, which will work even better because it has faster wireless connection. So to set it up, all you need to do is to just hit on to Manage Mobile Devices, connect a new device, enter Apple CarPlay, and tap on Confirm, and just wait for a bit, because the YolanAuto Wireless CarPlay box will initiate a connection automatically to your BMW iDrive system. So it will take a couple of seconds and sometimes even longer depending on how it initiates the connection, but you'll basically see a pop-up coming up telling you there's a passkey that you need to confirm, just like how you set up Apple CarPlay with your iPhone as usual. So just give it a moment. It will take some time to connect to it. Alright, so there you go. It took slightly for a while in our demo here, so let's just tap on OK, and it will check the passkey, and the CarPlay box will do its job to connect to our iDrive system. And after it has done everything, you'll see a very familiar Android interface. Alright, so there you go. That is our splash screen right there. YolanAuto. Looks really nice there. Alright, so once the CarPlay box is successfully connected, you will see this RGB light going in different colors, which is very nice, which you can configure it totally inside the software. So this is how the user interface looks like. It basically works similarly to the MMB CarPlay box. It's a very familiar interface, looks very much like CarPlay as well, but this is actually a full-fledged Android operating system. You get access to YouTube. Let me just simply open YouTube and play a video for you guys to take a look. Okay, sorry for that flicker because it's just my screen. And yeah, we can just play a video like MKBHD's iPad OS 26. There we go. All right, works very fast. You can see it's not the smoothest, but it is definitely smooth enough for it to do some operations right there. So you even get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is essentially the same as. So just in case if you want to connect your phone for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can still do that on this box, but I don't recommend that if you're using iDrive 6 because it is going to be super choppy and it occasionally crashes the system as well. So I don't recommend that. Now this is how it looks like. So you can add icons right here for shortcuts. There's even Netflix built in already. There's Google Play Store. You can download apps and all that directly from the Google Play Store. As you can see, it actually works really well. So you even get like split screen feature. You can open two apps at the same time. Let me just open up Google Maps and Google Play Store on one side. So yeah, this is how the split screen works. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward Android box that essentially turns your iDrive system into a more functional one. And I personally use this almost every day, and I definitely do not miss the beautiful liquid glass icons on iOS 26. Now you might be wondering how is the audio delay on this thing. I would have to say that on iDrive 6 there is definitely an obvious audio delay, but it's probably just about 0.5 to 1 second, which is totally bearable. And I have to say that YolanAuto has already done a pretty good job in optimizing the Bluetooth audio on this thing, because basically the Bluetooth audio connection on iDrive 6 is pretty dated. So even if you connect a phone over Bluetooth to it and play audio, there's definitely going to be some obvious delays here. So you can see that how much YolanAuto has done in terms of optimization and all that. But most importantly, I like the fact that YolanAuto also has software updates here, which you can go on over here to check for update if you want to. So apparently there's an update. The most recent one is the July 5 update, which is pretty recent. So yes, this is one thing that I like about this Android box. You can update the firmware as you want to, as they bring fixes to all BMW iDrive systems. This is something that you definitely need to watch out when you get one of these wireless CarPlay Android boxes. Makes the Nothing headphone one such an exciting product to check out, and in typical Nothing fashion, you are doing many things different from the rest. But despite that, is it worth spending 1099 ringgit or $299 US on this unique pair of cats? Here's my thoughts after 3 weeks with the Nothing headphone one. Alright, so that's all for a quick overview on the YolanAuto wireless CarPlay Android box for BMW. If you're interested in getting one, definitely head on over to the link down below to get one for your BMW. It supports from iDrive 6 up to iDrive 8.5, so make sure you have CarPlay activation enabled on your BMW's iDrive system. Otherwise, this thing will not work at all, even if you have a wired connection. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video for today. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, or if you have any questions on this wireless CarPlay Android box, and I'll try my best to answer them if I can. Right, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.